Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited to be able to come before you again to just share what I hope is a word of encouragement, a moment of inspiration, or if nothing else, just an opportunity just to connect. Listen, it's your boy coming back at you from the construction site. Always working, always willing to do the extra step. Why? Because it matters. I matter. You matter. Listen, I wanted to take a moment this morning here. It's a Sunday morning here in Jersey. It's beautiful. I'm sitting out on my front porch, and the first things that popped into my mind this morning was that I am so grateful for what God is doing in my life, right? He's changing my thinking. He's causing me to move differently. He's placing me in this position to just have impact, right? And so I'm thankful and grateful today for just being able to sit out and breathe and enjoy what God has for me. But mostly I'm grateful because I get an opportunity to step out of my comfort zone, be a little bit different than I would have been before. So I say that to say that, some people who know me, um, are kind of moved and changed by the fact that they see me doing and operating the way that I have been, right? To give you a little backdrop, I just want to share a moment if I can. I was always, as a young person, I was an introvert. I didn't speak to people really. I didn't really deal with folks. I kept to myself. To speak publicly would have been something that would have been foreign for me, and almost non-existent. But God has created in me a different person. I just suppressed that person for many years. It took some drastic moments in my life, some decisions, and a lot of mistakes to get to a place where I could say, you know what? I have to be who God created me to be. I have to do what God has called me to do. I have to act the way that God demands and expects me to act. And that's not always easy. It's not always comfortable, but it is always worth it. So I'm asking and I'm saying to all of you today, right? Do some soul searching. Do a self check. Look in the mirror at who you are and who you believe God has called you to be. And then authentically grab hold of it and walk with it and nurture it and just allow it to be truly who you are, right? So many times we wear masks and we pretend to be somebody because we think that that's what other folks expect of us. We pretend to be something that we may desire to be, even though we know it's really not who we are or what we really desire for ourselves internally. Let's be real with ourselves for moving forward. Let's grab a hold of who we are from the inside and build that person. There's nothing worse than having a construction project go awry because we find out later on that the plans that we had aren't really meeting the specs of the job site. The truth of the matter is we don't own the plans. God does. So in order to really execute a real solid construction, reconstruction, rebuild, you have to consult with the engineer, the architect of the building, right? And so you can't rebuild something if you haven't looked at and talked to the person who did the designs. So as I continue to rebuild Ned, as I continue to try to be the better me, as I continue to establish my impact, right? I need to speak to God. I need to spend time with God because God is the ultimate architect of this structure. And if I do that the right way, and if I do that in a manner that is pleasing to Him, He will definitely share and develop me in a way that I was built to be and operate in. So let's be diligent in what we do here this year. Let's make sure that what we're constructing and what we're building is the way that it was supposed to be built, that its design is followed through, the way that it was constructed to be followed through, not the way that we may want it to be. Because hey, listen, I can make myself however I want to make myself, and those things are absolutely true. But if you really want to maximize what you have to consult with the architect that designed the plans. So let's be real about what we're doing. Let's be true to who we are, the way that we were created to be established and to operate. Let's continue to make the work happen, because it doesn't happen if we don't work it. I really, really pray that folks are getting this, and I pray that you are understanding that what we do here in the construction site and on the construction site is about bettering ourselves. It's not just a trend or a thing that we can just kind of like grab a hold to and say, "Ooh, I like it because it looks good." Yeah, it can look good when you do it the right way. But let's just not do it because it's like, "Ooh, I just want to get on board." Let's do it because we really know that you're broken and you need the work and you need to reconstruct and you need to do some things better than you've done before, because the way you've been doing it just has not worked. Let's really gravitate to building the better you. Let's really put the effort and the energy into making you the best you possible. The way that God created you. Not the way you imagined it in your head, or not the way that someone tried to convince you that that's what you're supposed to be or who you're supposed to be. Be your best you, because that's what God wants from you. I love each and every one of you. You know it. I say it to you every time I come on here. Know that that's not just talk. If you see me, say hi, because I'm going to say hi back. I might even say hi to you before you say it to me. But know that I'm going to always be here. I'm going to continue to do my due diligence, folks. I don't know what the end road may be, or even how this may conclude for me, and ultimately not even for you. But I do know this, that each and every day I wake up feeling better than I did the day before, because I'm pushing forward differently than I've ever done before. It's been a tough time for a lot of us. I shared with a friend last night that, we're looking in this new world as though, really tomorrow is not promised. I'll share this, I found myself doing something that I used to be worried or concerned about when I used to see the elders and the folks who are older than us reading the obituary on a regular basis. And I used to say to them, "Why y'all read the obituary every day?" And they'd say stuff to me like, "Hey, I just want to make sure I wasn't in there," or "I'm trying to see who's not with me anymore." And I thought, man, that's crazy to live like that. But guess what? I'm living like that now. I'm that person who's checking the obituary, because every day there's somebody who's connected to me, who I know through family, friends, or loved ones, that's going on home. So I say that to say to you, time is not promised to any of us. So let's make the best of the time that we have. Let's do our best to be our best, because we don't know what tomorrow holds. Loving you guys. Take care of yourselves. Look out for yourselves and others. Check in on our elderly. Make sure you're loving on some of our seniors, because they need it. They're feeling left out in these days and times of inclusion and it's not being able to be together. Check on some folks. Love on your children. Love on your neighbors as you love yourself. Take care. Love you. Till we meet again, God bless you.